STEM is more than a set of subjects. It's the foundation for future, an investment that builds curiosity, resilience, and the ability to solve real life problems. But before we dive into STEM education, let me share a quick story with you all. We all love stories, and I would love to share a story with you all. I believe my voice is very clear for everyone. Now, today I'm going to share the story of William Kamkwamba. In a small village in Malawi lived a 14 years old boy named William Kamkwamba. His family was struggling, and there was no electricity, and a severe drought had left them with very little food and even less hope. Now, William was a naturally curious child, and he loved tinkering, taking things apart and studying them, understanding how they worked. One day he found a science book in a local library that explained how windmills work. Because he was inquisitive by nature, so he thought to read the book. With no formal education in engineering or electricity, he began collecting scrap from the junkyard. There were broken bicycles, old fans, and PVC pipes. Using these discarded things or items, William built a working windmill that generated electricity, and he was able to bring electricity for his home. Eventually, his creation powered light and water pumps for the entire village. Today, William is a renowned engineer, innovator, and an author who has inspired millions across the globe. And it all started, my dear friends, with the curiosity and the power of STEM. STEM is not just about learning theories or memorizing facts. It's about real problem, real creativity, and real challenge, which we all face in our day-to-day life. We all can be like William. So I believe you all will agree with it. So what actually is STEM education? STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But it's much more than teaching these subjects individually. STEM education is an interdisciplinary integrated approach. Integrated approach means a joint approach, right? For all the subjects, where a student supply knowledge across all the four domains, whether it is a student or a teacher, whoever is studying STEM education, so needs to study science, technology, mathematics, and engineering to understand and solve the real world challenges, the real problems, the real issues which we face in the world. It encourages students to think critically, work creatively, and collaborate effectively. Instead of teaching science, maths, or technology in isolation, that is separately, STEMs bring them together. So learners see how they connect with the real life situation. A science lesson may include data analysis, that is designing an experiment, or a model, which we can call as engineering. Students from all the four STEM fields, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, they integrate it and then they solve the real problem. Now, dear educators, what is the goal of STEM education? First of all, to develop problem solving skill. There should be a problem solving approach in our day-to-day life. Encourage creativity and innovation. We all want new creativity, new innovation to come on our way. Promote hand-on inquiry-based learning. That is, the child should be curious. He should be inquisitive to learn. And there should be an approach in his method of asking the question. Prepare students for future careers. Now, whatever careers are falling nowadays, as we all know, they all need STEM education. So STEM bridges the gap between classroom learning and real world challenges, my dear friends. Now, what are the benefits of STEM education? Develops problem solving skill, fosters critical thinking and creativity, prepares students for in-demand career, and enhances collaboration and communication skill. So first of all, I would like to discuss the first point, that is develop problem solving skill. Suppose there is a low-lying area and where floods come regularly. So what will be our approach? That the flood should not come in that area. How to solve the issue, how to solve the problem. Now students were asked how you will tackle this situation or deal with this specific situation. So they designed a model of a house that can withstand the flooding in that area. If floods are coming, the house does not get affected. Science students searched how floods occur, study the inputs of water pressure, and what all materials they can use which are water resistant so that the house is safe and secure. Now, the work of technology is the tools, apps to test different designs and material which should be used over there. Now, the engineering team, what is their work? Now, their work is to search blueprints, build small scale prototypes, the design models using the available resources which were given to them. Now, the mathematics, they calculated dimensions, estimated material which will be used in that, the cost, etc. Now, the problem solving comes when the first model failed. It's not necessary that we should be successful in our first approach. So they were unsuccessful. They realized that the house collapsed under water pressure. There was something wrong. They need to work upon it. They brainstormed, test different structures, adjust materials, redesigned the houses so that the house should be elevated and it should not get affected by the flood of that specific area, of that particular area, right? So this is how they applied all the skills and were able to solve the real issue. Now, fosters critical thinking and creativity. Now, how can we reduce plastic waste? Plastic is a big issue nowadays. We all want to avoid the use of plastic nowadays, but we cannot totally skip it. We cannot ignore it. To a certain extent, we are using plastic, right? So we cannot explore plastic. We should use it. Now there is no other option available to us. We have to manage with whatever we have. How this builds critical thinking and creativity. Now students or the educators or the people who are dealing with the specific branch, they need to brainstorm. Think for the situations, how we can solve the situation, right? So they identified the causes, whether plastic is being, if plastic is used in our school, then is it the cafeteria, is it the canteen where it is used, or is it the stationery? Because of the covering of the book cover and all, it is being used in more number. So they evaluated, and then they understood the pros and cons, what will be the plus, what will be the minus situations, if they are going to take it as a challenge. So they decided recycling, replacing, or reducing the uses makes decision. They chose the best option based on the environmental aspect, right? Now, what is the creativity? We cannot ignore plastic, as I have already discussed with you all. So they searched for alternatives such as reusable canteen containers. They can use containers which can be reused again and again. Now, biodegradable packing, invent new products like plastic competitor bins that student operates, run campaigns, they designed posters to create awareness among the common people. They designed apps also, and school-wide challenges were there to promote that plastic should not be used in our school. This idea that plastic should be used in less amount. The project pushed the student to think deeply related with the issue of the plastic. So STEM knowledge is a way that motivates the student to be innovative and meaningful in their approach. So this is the situation of critical thinking and creativity. Now, STEM also prepares students for in-demand careers. Like STEM education equips students with the skills and experiences that align with the needs of the modern industry, such as critical thinking, problem solving, data analysis, and innovative and collaborative approaches. Today, whatever careers are following, whether it's AI developers, environmental engineers, data analysts, robotics technicians, or bio researchers, or AI operators, they all require innovative. Innovative means new technology. And that's why the knowledge of STEM is very, very essential. It's must for everyone. We need to be updated. We need to upgrade ourselves from time to time. They demand hand-on learning experience, interdisciplinary thinking. One thinking is not going to work out. We need multiple tasks at a time. We need to strike a balance in all the fields, right? Thinking, technology, fluency, all of which STEM educators offer. Enhances collaboration and communication skill. I will discuss how communication skill helps us in STEM education. Emphasizes on teamwork and real world problem solving. So whatever the world is facing nowadays, whatever problem we come across in our day-to-day life, STEM education helps us with those things. It encourages students to work in groups. See, it's not an individual approach. It's the group is there. Explore, design, build, test, improve solution to complex problem. Now enhances collaboration and communication skill. How communication and skill improves? Communication skill, STEM activities often require students to share responsibilities. When they are in a group, they share responsibilities in groups, whether they are dealing with a project or dealing with any other specific task which have been allotted to them. They distribute the task based on the strength, right? The team distributes the task, make collective decision. It's not the decision of an individual, it's a group effort, it's a collaborative effort. This helps students to learn how to function effectively as a team. They work as a team, just as educate just as professionals works at a workplace. We are working, we depend on each other. Similarly, they also function. Communication skills succeed in STEM education because when students talk to one another, they are able to share their views. They are able to express themselves more clearly. What are the pros and consequences they are able to express? And this is how the communication skill improves in them. Present their views, their data to their teammates, listen actively. So whatever the other person is sharing with them, they listen it. Use diagrams, presentations, or model to explain the solutions. Justify their reasoning. Justify their reasoning why they are correct. They sometimes justify it. Data and evidence. They build the ability to express through thoughts clearly and professionally, both in writing as well as while speaking. So this is very, very important. Now, STEM educations in school. The first is integrating STEM into school curricula. So what are its benefit? I'm going to discuss with you people. Integrating STEM into curriculum goes beyond teaching. Please listen to my words. Beyond teaching science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as separate subjects. It's about connecting them in a more meaningful way to the real life situation. Now, because they are integrating, so cross-disciplinary projects are there. What are cross-disciplinary projects? Design projects that blend concepts from different STEM areas. Now, STEM says that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics should be there, right? For example, if they are designing a solar oven using the principles of science, maths, and engineering and technology, so they are able to do integrated learning, right? Real world problem solving. Engage students with real life challenges that STEMs always suggest that is STEM based. For example, if they are building a low cost hand washing device for a rural area, again, it's an integration of all the four STEM fields. Use of technology tools. Incorporate coding, robotics, digital simulation, and apps in every lesson to deepen the understanding level. We teachers, we educators also use technology in our day-to-day life. Integrated lesson. Planning encourages co-teaching and co-planning. For example, if a maths chapter is there and it is being integrated with the science chapter, so maths and science teacher jointly can teach the unit on speed and velocity using experiments and data graphs. So this is what integration in STEM says. STEM clubs. Create STEM clubs to promote hand-on exploration, innovation, and idea exchange among the students. Now, teachers training and collaboration. We as educators need to upgrade ourselves from time to time. Train teachers in STEM teaching strategies and digital tools. So we teachers also need to update ourselves from time to time because technology is changing every day. Provide workshop on interdisciplinary planning to nurture teachers' creativity. We all are creative. We need to groom ourselves from time to time. Curriculum mapping, my dear educators. Map STEM topics across grades and subjects to ensure concept progression and skill depth through our students' academic journey. Hands-on learning experience. Let students actively design, build, test, and be a problem solver. Now, what are the benefits of hands-on learning experience?